offended. And it felt like a moment where it's like, you N-words better get in line and do what we say.
That's pretty real. That's pretty raw. And that's Obama they're talking about, right? We have been focusing a lot on how the Democrats are hemorrhaging black votes. And remember how yesterday I said that it seems like the networks are making a concerted effort to go into these states, go into these communities and talk to people who are voting for Trump. It's like they missed the story 8 years ago and they're bound and determined not to miss the story again. Of course, they're going into these communities in a condescending way, treating these people like aliens, like they're stupid, like they're morons, but they're still covering the story. And every single time they go into these communities and ask them who they're voting for and they find out they're voting for Trump, it's a stunning moment. And the stunning moments continued last night on MSNBC when Alex Wagner specifically went to certain groups that had been leaning toward Trump from Kamala Harris. And, well, the exchanges are absolute gold.
And I just wonder for anybody who heard that, like what they thought of that.
I was deeply offended. And it felt like a moment where it's like, you N-words better get in line and do what we say. And it felt like him as the czar of the Democratic Party coming down to say, go get these N-words in line. And the general tone of it was disgusting. It was abhorrent. I don't respect it. I didn't like nothing about it. And Kamala, 2 days after that, is like, we love our black men. We have programs and things that we're rolling out for them. And she rolled out policy.
Good cop, bad cop. You know, because
I'm tired of the good cop, bad cop.
So that's an African-American man in a barber shop in, I believe, Philly, saying, yeah, when Obama came and lectured us and told us to vote for Kamala, to me, I heard him saying, you N-words better get in line. That's pretty real. That's pretty real. That's pretty raw. And that's Obama they're talking about, right? Hope and change himself. Meanwhile, she went in and talked to other voters who are leaning toward Republican. You can tell they are because they're clean cut and they're wearing ties. And why are they leaning Republican?
I agree with the idea of mass deportation, largely. You have criminals in this country who are destroying our nation. They're coming in here, getting earmarked bills and policies to open up businesses, get free housing, get access, easier access than those who are legally immigrated to this country to welfare and other benefits. So, like, as a taxpayer, we have to pay for these guys to have luxuries of life, and we don't get anything, especially Black Americans who've suffered so much in the system under Democrats. We don't get anything. That's insane. You talk about Springfield, Ohio, and the whole thing with the fluff talk of, grabbing the soundbite about Haitians or whatever is eating cats and dogs. Y'all trying to change the narrative of what he's really talking about. Change the narrative of really what we're talking about and telling us that's what we should be discussing. No, this is what we're discussing. This is America. And this is what America is about and what we're discussing. I agree.
A young minority man telling a liberal news reporter from the East Coast about how he's in favor of mass deportation and how illegal immigrants have come into this country with criminal records and been given benefit after benefit after benefit, where these young men who have been living, as you heard it, damaged by Democrat policies in our community, they're getting nothing. This is the most dangerous voice to the liberal elites from Manhattan that Alex Wagner represents right here. And it got worse for her. Oh, look at this. I love this one. Now, this is specifically a Black Republican club in Philadelphia, but boy, you're going to love this exchange.
I believe Trump is going to win because, first off, when people say bad things about him, where does that affect us down here? That doesn't affect our neighborhoods. It has never affected our neighborhoods. We don't even get to see half the things that go on that level.
We know that he's going to win because he is the best for America. He's worried about our economy.
The crime is high. Yes. The violence is high. The schools are bad. Yes. We can go on and on. Where Democrats have been in charge for 40 years.
We're voting for Donald Trump unequivocally. Period. No one else is going to persuade us. We 2 weeks out, and we won't sleep until November the 6th.
So you
You know who you're voting for?
Yes, I'm voting for Trump, definitely.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
He's more strong-minded in a way. He's focused on what we gotta focus on. Like, he doesn't play. That's what I respect about him.
He doesn't play.
Yeah, he doesn't play. He always just stands for what he believes, and he doesn't go back. No matter how many people are bashing him, no matter people is criticizing him, nothing.
He doesn't take BS. He's not going to hear it. He's a businessman. He's not there for the fluff talk of politics. We need someone strong. We need someone who's going to get down to business and take care of what this country needs, but also understands what the community needs.
The thing is, we were scared in the beginning because he said he's going to nuke Korea and he's going to nuke Iran, but he didn't do that. He didn't do that. The stock market went up. There were more.
Pretty high right now too.
Well, but the thing is, because there was no inflation back then. Democrats take granted, especially minorities. They take for granted because they think Republicans are so out of touch with the minorities' needs, so they don't have any choice. And I think that's going to be a big surprise.
You got pockets that there's an energy for Mr. Trump in the city, but a lot of people just walking down the street, they not feeling the Democrats from time to time. Not sure if they're going to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
They may not vote at all. The black men that don't vote for Democrats, it's not what Mr. Trump did, is what have you been disappointed with. I'm not a dedicated Republican. I'm voting for the lesser two evils this time, being Mr. Donald Trump.
Man, I just tell you, what you just saw is an existential threat to the future of the liberal Marxism in this country. If this is the trend that's going on in major cities around this country, they're done. It's history. And where there's that great comments from. Did you like that? Because if you liked that, I got one more for you that is going to blow your mind.
What are your feelings? And let me start with the women here about Kamala Harris.
She's a woman of color. I'm not putting her down because of that. And I'm not putting her down because she's a woman. I'm not a feminist, so I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I don't think that she has the personality. I don't think that she has what it takes to go up against Putin and go up against these other presidents that are built for this. I don't want to be scared because my president is scared. I want my president to feel secure and manly and about it.
We brought up gender, right? Like, do you think it matters that she's a woman and people aren't comfortable having a woman in a top leadership role?
No, I don't think that, because most men, they love their mothers. They love their wives. So as a woman, most men, they respect the woman, but she just don't have the qualification or the education to really run America, because she don't have the experience. She don't understand our struggles. And for me to believe you for another 4 years, you're crazy.
Right.
Like, you're crazy. You're saying the same thing that you said 4 years ago.
So the fact that she's the vice president
That's
to
just
you
the
is
bottom line.
You're like, you've been here, you've had a chance.
Yes. Well, for me, the very first time I ever heard the name Kamala Harris, it was in association to locking up parents for a truancy. That was the first time I ever heard of her name. And I really didn't understand how this person claims to be a Black woman, but yet she's locking up Black women and Black men and separating families.
This is the thing that is, Trump talks about this a lot. He says, Kamala Harris became Black when it was convenient.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me about, do you agree with him on that? Do you feel like she's wearing her Blackness?
Absolutely. When she's sworn into the Senate, it was as the first Indian American.
Thank you.
Which is, it's fine. We don't care.
We all know she's not Black. Let's understand that. We are all clear of that. But my point of view, like I told you earlier, she's already been there. She's in office right now.
Sorry, it's the last thing they want to have on their network. It's the last thing Kamala Harris wants people talking about or seeing 2 weeks before Election Day. It's like just relentless, one thing after another, and then finishing with, we all know she's not Black. It's just a disaster. And it's even worse when when it transports to other cities, that's Philadelphia. That's an important state. That's Pennsylvania. There's another viral video going around right now that sort of captures the conversation happening in these minority communities in the inner city. This one in Chicago. Now, listen, Illinois is probably going to go for the Democrats because they have such a machine in that state. But this is, again, indicative of conversations that are happening out there. And by the way, when we play these clips, we talk about this, I recognize fully that I am a white dude talking about what I'm observing and what I'm seeing. But I'm amazed by the comments that we're getting on these videos from people who are saying, yeah, I'm black and I'm all for Trump. I mean, if you're not recognizing how real this phenomenon is right now, and not just, because you may have a rooting interest for Trump to win, but frankly, from my perspective, I'm looking at it less about Trump winning than I am the complete deterioration and destruction of the one voting bloc that the Democrats have been able to count on reliably for almost 60 years. Black and Latino voters. And they are hemorrhaging. And they cynically thought that putting Kamala Harris in there was going to be enough. And it is a disaster for them. Now watch this one. This is the one I was talking about coming out of Chicago.
You vote for Trump? Come on, bro. Harris does backwards, bro. What? Harris.
Man, we not voting for that, man. We voted for Trump, man.
Why?
Man, we not with none of that, man. Chuck be looking out for the black community, man. We ain't doing nothing, man.
I respect. You all good, my boy.
All right, man.
And who you voting for, Trump or Kamala?
Man, Trump. We ain't that Indian ass, man.
Who, Kamala?
Yeah, we ain't.
Why you don't f*** her?
Because she them immigrants. I'm black. Them Venezuelans taking all our bread. They out here creating gangs. They had gang banging, breaking in bandit cribs, all type of good shit. We ain't with it.
So you don't like an open border?
Nope. We need that border.
Hey, what are your thoughts on when Trump got shot?
Man, hey, don't try to take my boy out. Make America great again.
Hell yeah.
Make America great again.
Hey, Trump or Kamala?
Shit, Trump, to be honest.
Damn, so why Trump though?
Why Trump? Because shit, we used to get paid and shit like he used to keep immigrants out. So, it was able for us to get jobs. It's hard for us to get jobs now, shit, because immigrants taking over.
So you're not with the Venezuelans?
I ain't gonna lie, they taking our jobs and some more shit. They do it better than us though, but they taking our. Man.
I heard they're taking over the buildings. Is that true?
Hell yeah, boy.
Who would you vote for?
I'm not gonna vote for now one, but like I said first time, if it's a choice, I'll go with Trump. She ain't no good. I'll put it like that. So whoever wanna believe and go on her, check her history. Y'all turn around then.
I mean, but we can make history.
Man, we could, but it's not gonna be history, bro. That's gonna start World War III soon as she get in. And y'all know that y'allself. Y'all trying to act like y'all don't know. It's gonna be World War III when she get in. Best believe that, man.
Trump?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Kamala till it's backwards, bro.
Man, what did Kamala? We voting for Trump, bro. What are you talking about? You know damn well we don't Kamala. Trump. You and Kamala.
Come on, bro. I can't even have my opinion. Damn, bro.
Bro, you voted for you, so you with that all them Venezuelans. You with all that goofy.
Yeah.
Nah, ain't no yeah. That's why I shit up because of you.
Damn, bro. I can't even have my opinion on something.
No, not her.
Yeah.
Not her. She bad for the community in the world. I think no
shit.
Vote for Trump, gang.
No, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Trump or Harris?
Trump.
Yeah.
Trump.
Oh, Trump?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. I shouldn't even let you shop here.
What you mean?
Trump, bro?
Yeah.
Man, come on, bro. You know it's Harris all the way.
You said who?
It's Harris.
Who the fuck that? Fuck that. Harris, boy.
Come on, Kamala.
Man, come on, bro.
Yeah?
Shorty finna bring all the fags out. What you mean?
Come on, bro. What you doing?
Boy, Kamala, boy.
I'm telling you, I could watch that like 8 times today. I think I will watch that 8 times today. Is that not mesmerizing? Is that not phenomenal? I mean, seriously, there's a reason why that's going viral. You see a trend happening here. You see a trend. And here's the most important thing that I want to share with you. And then we're going to end it with this. Because obviously you can see from that clip, and yes, this is anecdotal, and this is, sort of a snapshot into what's going on. But I assure you, these are the conversations exactly happening in these communities that Kamala Harris needs to win by like 95%. Of course it is. It's not enough, though, for them to be against Kamala Harris. And that's really mostly what you heard there. The border policies, the immigration, the crime, all the benefits going to these people in our neighborhood and taking our jobs and taking these benefits and all that stuff. And things were better and things were safer. And we had jobs and we had opportunities under Trump. It's not just that she and Biden have ruined these communities with these disastrous policies. You got to give people something to vote for, right? So I want to show you this one last clip here that addresses the exact same community. This is Donald Trump. This is Donald Trump earlier this week at a barbershop in the Bronx. And I want you to note, first of all, how he interacts with everybody there. The fact that he shows up just like he's cooking French fries at a McDonald's. He's not trying to be anybody else. He is who he is. He's wearing his tie. He's wearing his coat. He's Donald Trump. And he's not going to pretend and talk differently or act differently or condescend to the group that he's talking to like Kamala Harris does every single time. And because he doesn't patronize them, and because he doesn't condescend, and he doesn't walk in there with a giant, chest full of gold from the government saying, all right, here, take whatever you want. As long as you vote for me, I'll just keep the money train going. No, he's there to find out what their concerns are and what their ideas are and how he can make things better. And he had this one interaction that I want you to see with this incredibly intelligent, well-read young man who has a brilliant idea about how to turn the economy around. Watch this exchange. Watch the respect that both of them have for each other. And you tell me who's really making a difference in these communities right now by going in, campaigning, and respectfully getting votes.
Hurdles we have when it comes to attaining that American dream is overtaxation.
Yeah.
When it comes to federal taxes,
Right.
I know we're going to bring back, I'm sure you're going to start back up the pipeline,
Right.
the Keystone Pipeline,
In 2 minutes.
which is going to generate an abundance of revenue.
Right.
Also with the tariffs that you've spoken of. So my question is, with all this extra revenue
Yeah.
we're going to be bringing into the country, so do you believe at some point in time we could find a way once the country's back on its feet and getting enough revenue and paid off our debt? Do you think it's possible to find a way to eliminate federal taxes?
There is a way.
And
There is a way.
how do you feel about
in
it?
the
What
old
steps would you
days
take?
when we were a smart country, in the 1890s and all, this is when the country was relatively the richest it ever was. It had all tariffs. It didn't have an income tax.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have income taxes and we have people that are dying. They're paying tax and they don't have the money to pay the tax. No, in the old days, 1890, 1880, we had so much money. They had to set up committees, blue ribbon committees, how to spend our wealth. We had no idea how to spend it with so much money. Then we went to the income tax system and the rest is sort of history. But no, there is a way. I mean, if what I'm planning comes out, it's a great question, by the way.
Everyone could
You're
attain
a
the
pretty
American
sophisticated cat,
Everyone could attain the American dream if it wasn't for the high cost, the burden of high taxes, and we're taxed at every step of the way.
Yeah.
When we make it, when
And
we spend
regulations. And regulations. So I cut more regulations in 4 years than any other president by 4 times.
All right. This is, it went on. And I really think you should watch this entire segment. It's from Fox and Friends, and they did a really great job. But let's just be clear here. That exchange right there is more intelligent, more respectful, and more meaningful to those voters in that room and the voters in that community that you've ever seen Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, or for that matter, Barack Obama do in the last 20 years in American politics, and talking about real solutions, groundbreaking solutions. You talk about turning the page in generational change. You start making money for the federal government through lowering regulations and increasing tariffs, and then reducing, if not eliminating, income tax. We'll talk about a shock to the system. And it might not happen. But the fact that they're even talking in those terms and exploring those ideas, cutting the size of the federal government by bringing Elon Musk in to increase efficiency and get rid of the fat that we all know is sitting there with these government jobs and inefficiency that's going on in our federal government. You want to change? You want to really see change? You really want to see a difference? You want to see something that our generation is on the brink of achieving? You say you want a revolution? You got 13 days. And based on everything we just saw from Philadelphia to Chicago, minority voters and how they're thinking and where they're leaning right now, at least those communities that we saw from MSNBC of all people, and then Fox News, something could very well be brewing right here. It is absolutely generationally historic. There's a lot at stake in the upcoming election, but regardless of who's sitting in the White House, the fuse on the economy has already been lit. 4 years of a conservative presidency is probably not going to be enough to turn the tide of our $35 trillion national debt. And if the left wins, come on, it's like throwing gas on a dumpster fire that's already raging. You don't have much control over the election's outcome, but you can control your own savings. You can diversify it right now by investing in gold from Birch Gold. For millennia, gold has stood firm in the face of greedy governments, economic upheavals, and global strife, and it can help protect you right now. Birch Gold can help you convert an IRA or a 401k into an IRA in physical gold, and it doesn't cost you a penny out of pocket. You know, in the past 4 years, the buying power of the US dollar has declined, while at the same time, the price of gold has increased by about 40%. And that's not a coincidence. Text my name, Larry, to 989898. Get your free info kit on gold and trust Birch Gold, as I do, to protect your savings. Text Larry to 989898 today.